Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I have my buddy Lewis here. Maybe you've seen him in some of the other videos where we worked on his Pontiac. I'll have some of those links down in the description, but today he has his Chevy Silverado here. We're going to be doing the brakes on it. Let's go ahead and get started. Now this particular Silverado, this is a 2008 1500. It has the 4.8 liter V8, but the process is similar with a lot of other vehicles that GM made. But let's get this wheel off so we can look at everything, and then I'll show you what's needed to complete it, and we'll get it taken care of. Get this out of the way. Let's get a close-up in here, and I'll show you everything that we're looking at. This is your rotor. Here you have your caliper. You have your brake pads. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we need to remove the caliper to get to the brake pads. To do that, you have these two bolts right here for your caliper guide pins. These are 3/4. You have a 3/4 here, and then you have another one right down here at the bottom. So we remove those, and then this whole caliper will come off, and we can get to our brakes and swap them out. Now to complete this, all you need, you're going to need a 3/4 inch socket to remove the caliper, a ratchet, and then your replacement brake pads. And if you have some little bit of grease, that's not a bad idea either, to grease the rails when you put it on, but this is all you'll need to complete it. There we go. Now we'll come on to the bottom one here. And these can be on sometimes a little tight. So you got to put a little bit of force into it. If not, you can bang it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Move the bottom one. We can slide this out. Now the caliper will come off. The boots in here and the caliper look pretty bad. Not a bad idea to probably replace those. And then we can just pull our old brake pads out, and then we can grease the rails and we'll put the new ones in. All right, so we're ready to put the new brakes in, new brake pads. The outer ones are notched. I'm gonna just put a little bit of lubricant on there, so that way when it's on the rails, there we go. Then you have the flatter one that goes on the inside, so we'll grease that one up a little bit too. Put that on. And I'll get a close-up so you can see it, and then we're going to put the caliper over it and wrap it up. You can see it here. There's our one there on the inside. Now to compress your pistons of the caliper, because a lot of times when you do your brakes, the pistons have been pushed out because the brake pads were wearing. Now you got to open them back up to slide over the new ones. I just take a C-clamp, put one of the old pads there, and then just compress them down, and that way we'll slide it over. Once it's over, we'll build pressure back up by pushing the brake pedal and tighten them back up again. All right, so we got everything compressed. So now we'll bring our caliper, slide it over. We're gonna line it up so we can, there you go. And then I'm going to hand tighten it back on, and then we'll tighten up the caliper guide pins. Now when you're tightening these on, you need to, what I have here is a 19mm to hold the pin in there. There's a hex head. You want to hold that, and then you can then tighten these in. So I'm going to hand tighten top and bottom, torque them, and then we'll be back to look at it. And right now I'll show you on the screen the torque specs for this, and then we'll be back. Okay, well that wraps up this video on how to replace the brakes on a Chevy Silverado. As mentioned before, this is a 2008. It's the 1500 with the 4.8 liter V8. I hope that this video was informative for you. I hope it helped you out if you're doing anything with your Silverado. I'll have links down in the description to other videos I've done with this vehicle. You can check those out. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time.